Here we go. Welcome to AFF Season 2025, Week 12. We got a new guest on the stream today, Colby Garrett.
Hi.
General Manager of the Alabama Racers. Going to be on here with me today. Also got some peanut gallery here. I wonder if you're actually seeing. Yeah, you totally are.
Okay. Should I get out?
No, you can stay. I don't care. San Antonio Cannon's manager, Ryan Heward. I think it's a very. If you've been keeping up, it's very lucky that I don't have a bullet between my eyes right now.
We were very close.
With this room.
We were very close.
I think the only thing stopping them is maybe Commissioner
Andre Iguodala is what's stopping.
Andre Iguodala hit the shot, so the aliens. Alright, let's see if YouTube will.
Can I use a piece of paper from this notebook?
For what?
You'll see. That one's been written on.
You go the wrong way. You can have this one on the back. Well, unless you're gonna rip it.
No, that's good. I'm gonna write on it.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have a pen?
There should have been one near the notebook. Have a pencil?
Yeah, that works. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Colby, will you highlight our matchups this week?
Yeah, we're looking
in the order.
We're looking to close out the regular season here right before the playoffs. Big playoff implications going down. Starting it off with Oklahoma and Kentucky. Kentucky coming off a hot upset of my Alabama Racers. Yeah, we don't have to talk about that one too much.
Well, I will say that they've now upset the two best teams in the league.
Yeah. Oddly enough, what are they? 2-9 or whatever?
2-9.
Yeah, 2-9, and their only two wins come against two dynasties. The only two dynasties that have been established in this league.
All right, let's calm it down here.
Then we're gonna follow that one up. We're gonna follow that.
What is that?
Feel the boom.
Feel the boom.
We're gonna follow that one up with a classic rivalry, which is the Memphis Rhythm and the Alabama Racers.
In Alabama, there.
Yeah, is it in Alabama?
It is.
Oh, huge. In Alabama to close out the season. Sadly, we don't have any alternate uniforms at the Commissioner. And then we're going to be closing it out with San Antonio and St. Louis.
That's in San Antonio, and they will be wearing their alternates in that game.
Ooh, we look forward to the camo. Hopefully the offense won't disappear with their uniforms as it did last time they wore the alternates.
Yeah, they are 0-1 in the alternates, whereas the Rhythm are 2-0 in their alternates.
And quite frankly,
could that be the difference maker?
They need to win out here. San Antonio.
Yeah.
I think they lose they're down in the point differential right now. But if Memphis beats Alabama by 10 and San Antonio just wins
by 10,
yeah,
then it flips, and you'll see
San Antonio grab the 1 seed and instantly solidify themselves back into the Dream Bowl after missing last year. So.
That is true. We've heard sources that the Cluck Bison over is set at 5.5.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Frankly, I'm smashing the under.
Yeah.
What?
Here we go, boys.
Overall rating.
Let's get it started here. We need less noise from the peanut gallery over here.
It's just crowd noise.
I think we're just gonna keep talking.
Crowd noise. As long as there's no Glocks, I think I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, so, I mean, I can talk about some big-time injuries here. Kentucky's had a beautiful injury season. Not very many injuries, very short-lived. Oklahoma's had some of the most injuries we've seen in a season, and they've got Wilbert Berquist out for the rest of the season. He will not play. Running back Will Hopper is going to be out until at least the semifinals, so if they do make it to the semifinals, he will be back then, but he's out for today on some pulled stomach muscles that happen in the middle of the game. Very gruesome. None of that.
So yeah, Kentucky looks pretty clean here. I mean, their last injured player was Ben Cooper, left guard there.
Yeah.
And he's back. He's been here. He was there last week. Arguably, you could say he could have made a difference last year because the run game, quite frankly, was
huge.
Was incomparable last week.
Yeah. So with Hopper out, you're going to see a lot of Jamel Robinson, and you're going to see some Harley Price, a veteran out of the University of Alabama, somebody we haven't seen in a while. This is somebody we see a lot, though, and that's Roman James.
Former Alabama racer. Something I've always found interesting is that Roman James, a tight end, is back to receive these kicks.
I mean, he's one of the most talented players in this league at the position for sure, but
he's arguably the best player on this team.
I would agree. Aiden Cox, that was AFF. Absolutely atrocious there, going to Chris Gonzalez. The worst part about having y'all in the room is we have less viewers. Did somebody text in the group to make sure Brady knows? I hope he's watching. Oh, the mouse is on the screen, so we're about to know if he's watching.
I mean, we're looking at our impact players of the game here, possible players of the game here for the clock. Just some names off the top of the list here. It's Roman James, Eli Childers, the center, Vic Fleming.
Vic Fleming's a big time.
Yeah, I think he had a big. Did he have a interception
He did.
in either last week or the San Antonio game
One of the two.
for this
He's
clock?
had a
That
couple
really
this
made a
season.
huge impact on that game. And then backup tight end Kelvin Townsend, who's just riding the pine right now.
Well, he gets some serious PT. Oh, that was very interesting there from Tenzi. He gets some PT. They run this two tight end system that we've seen, and it had some success last week against Alabama, and they're looking to kind of continue that here in Oklahoma. Obviously, last week was in Louisville. That could have been the factor there. And here we see Harley Price on his first rush of the day. You know, longtime Memphis Rhythm, sat behind Eli Doyle, sat behind Ray Potts, and was lucky to find a roster this year, if I'm being honest. Very, very, very lucky for Harley to find a roster. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think Harley Price got a big-time check this year. Didn't he get a fat check to ride the third straight here?
Trucks do some research.
Which would be good. Somebody who deserves a big-time check, that's Otis Schrader, Special Teams Player of the Year front-runner. He's had some absolute bobs this season.
I mean, there's not much competition at the punter position there.
No, you've got an up-and-coming rookie in Kai Kano on the San Antonio Cannons, but Schrader's definitely one of the most, one of the best.
The Bison can't flaunt much, but one of the things that they can show off is that special teams. Like, it's just
Andrew, I want to let you know.
Reed Nutt is almost automatic.
It's not out of like dumb. Like, so in order to see the game on the left, if you click anything on the right screen, it goes out of full screen, so you have to click back on the left, and sometimes it just stays on there. Okay, it's not just like sometimes I just drag my hand over there. Like it's a process that is why it's recurring, and I moved it. So anyway, Aiden Cox.
He just made a pass to Mikael Bolt. Do we
we
know if he is related in any way to Usain?
Yeah, he could be related to
there.
He finds Eli Doyle out of the backfield there for another first down. Kind of a bit of a rivalry here. This Cluck Bison teams both coming in obviously out of the expansion. Obviously, the Cluck having a big-time finish last year, making a big run, thanks to Aaron Dotson, who's now on the Knights, but big-time run towards the Dream Bowl, upset the San Antonio Cannons in the semifinals in San Antonio, and just couldn't squeak it out in the Dream Bowl. I agree. I think Doyle is pretty elite. I think he's been trained well. He's a tenured back. Wonder where he's from, if you want to get me that knowledge. I think Aiden Cox is elite, frankly. I don't know who would let go of Aiden Cox.
Oh. And that bag has been fumbled.
Here goes the check.
Mikael Bolt did not have the hands on that one to pull in.
Stedman. Don't let it rip. He's got a leg on him there. Hole. Not going to be able to get anything going there. If you want to talk about the Oklahoma Bison's big-time impact players, that'd be sweet. They've got some big-time guys. Andrew Pohl being one of them.
Yeah. Looking at just the offense here. I mean, Jake Tinsley's an 84. He's coming out of Oklahoma State.
Okay.
He knows a big atmosphere over there in Oklahoma. Actually, he liked Oklahoma and decided not to leave. Jaden Hawkins out of Louisville. He's a fullback. We'll probably occasionally see him bust out for a big play or two.
Yeah, he can lay down.
And then obviously Andrew Pohl, as you touched on, wide receiver out of Cincinnati. And then at the left guard positions, Corbin Grimes. I mean, run left, they say. Run left. And quite frankly, they will run left.
And Jamal Robinson's going to get a little bit more.
Uh-oh.
He's going to get a lot more. Across the 50 now, gassed. Gets hawked down, but had a couple good moves there. It's important to note, this Oklahoma Bison's offense has struggled in years prior. Matty France is a big-time target. He's been, despite not being one of the best targets on this team, he's been a favorite. There's Riley Breedlove. He's a great target as well out of Oregon State. But Matty France has really been a difference maker on this Oklahoma Bison offense, and this is the same offense that's currently driving on the field. Kind of I formation. They give it to Robinson up the middle.
Odd cutback right there. I'd like to see him run that one more out left.
I agree.
Follow the blockers, but
You got Corbin Grimes out left. Obviously, you don't have you're missing your left tackle. Bruce Keller is in there, and he's nothing but lackluster. Rob Hemson, that's what we've heard. We've heard that he is him. Here he is here. And
Robinson again up the middle.
let's talk about Tinsley picking up a block on a middle linebacker there. That's what I love to see.
We've seen a lot of quarterbacks get involved in the run game here, and I'm not talking about with their own feet. I'm talking about their hands. Get
Laying
involved.
down big hits. Tinsley, back to pass. He finds Harley Price. Let me tell you, he was not supposed to catch that.
Quite frankly, is this nut range?
Very little wind in Oklahoma today, I'll tell you that. The wind is not favorable for the hash here, but it is going to give him a little bit of extra boost. That's a nice kick.
He's got the leg. It's straight.
It's on target, and that's in. 51-yarder.
The over is looking good right now.
Yeah, watch out for the over.
Back deep to receive is only we can assume is Roman James. Left side of the field, there he is. Balling some blockers up. In recent memory, we've seen a lot of balls get returned pretty deep on these kickoffs, so that could be something to keep an eye out for.
Roman hasn't dropped a big one.
I'm not going to say he's going to outpace anybody in a foot race, but, there's a big sack there. It's not what you want to see if you're Kentucky.
No, this is a big defensive line. That's what I was about to talk about. Marcus Kendrick is a huge impact player in this game. You see him there on your right side, right D tackle. He's a big-time player that makes big-time plays. Fast guy, able to move around the pocket and create pressure that not a lot of other people can. So look for him to be a big difference maker. And the next thing I want to say is this is not a bad secondary here in Oklahoma. They've got some serious contenders. Oh, off the tip. Roman James brings it down. Not going to be enough.
This is looking like a lot of pressure is coming to this Kentucky O-line here. Doesn't have any real standout names besides obviously
Shoulders.
I mean, look for a lot of pressure from Kendrick.
Hole. They're gonna spot him right before the 50. Short field here for Jake Tinsley out of Oklahoma State. We're gonna see what he can do. Wind in his favor again. So if they can get it before the end of this quarter, well, that wasn't a good attempt. If they can get it before the end of the half, you're going to have another favorable kick. And we've got an injury, and that's Grimes there with a sprained elbow.
We spoke too much about him.
Yeah, he's an impact player, and frankly, they're not going to be running left. And I've been told that Grimes is also a bit of an injury paperweight of sorts. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can make it back for the semifinals with a 2-week injury. I don't really know the math there, but that's very interesting to see. Corbin Grimes go out there, because now let's see, do they have another left guard? They don't. You're gonna see a scout team, a guy off the streets playing left guard. They picked a guy out of the fans to play left guard. And Miles Green, we've talked about him a couple times. He's able to make an impact in the right D tackle position. Plays well above his rating.
Otis with a bomb.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Looking for a good bounce here. Oh, and it just.
Dude, that's just still upsetting. That's.
I think having a good punter is something that, quite frankly, it's appreciated in the moment, but during the off season, it's not well looked at. You see too many of these skills players catching a lot of eyeballs, and I mean that's where you can commend San Antonio last year, taking Connors.
And they're gonna have Otis for a couple more years before he's on a contract. He's got a couple more years to grow too. At a younger guy. You see a lot of younger guys develop through these first years in their career, and I don't see why Otis can be any different. I don't see why he can't get even better, which would be really awesome to see. It's swatted, but Gonzalez can pick it up. Again, that happened in the last drive. Swat picked up. It's not going to be enough.
And quite frankly, we're just not seeing the same offense that we saw last week. No, Eli Doyle is not broken out quite enough as you'd like to see him here.
Yeah, Doyle didn't have as big of a game as he did last week.
I think
Stedman tried to put it back.
Definitely the difference there would be Eli Doyle just hasn't seen that much green grass in front of him.
Yeah, and the injury of Grimes isn't going to be helpful. That's for sure.
Oh.
Is that Miles Green there again? That could very easily be Miles Green. No, Sid Thomas. Sid Thomas there out of Boston College. Another good defensive lineman that plays pretty well.
Is he back? Robinson
There's
out wide.
Robinson. Rob Hemson
Robinson.
out of the flats. Looking to do something here. Here's Tinsley. 2-minute warning. When we get back, it's going to be 3rd and 13 for the Oklahoma Bison. And we're back. I've been wanting to whip that out.
We're just looking to get in a nut ranch here, quite frankly, for the Bison.
Yeah.
Which is probably about, again, he just drilled a 51-yard early. And that would have been it.
Huge hit. Emilio Combs had one of those last week, too. Big time hitter he is. You know, he sometimes gets a little slackish in coverage, but he can hit.
Otis with a solid punt. Good bounce.
It's not his best, but it'll do.
Well, I mean, with the time,
It's better than a Merv.
you could say there's just a little too much time here on this clock.
Yeah, I mean,
The
some
clock.
would say there's just a little bit too much time.
It's just really a question of whether or not. Oh, Eli Doyle with some green grass. Oh, he needs to beat that guy, and he's got a lot of room out to the right there.
Doyle just not having the day he had last week. I mean, he's an on and off guy. Again, the O-line could have something to do with that. I think the D-line in Oklahoma could have something to do with that too. But, Cox tried to find
Gotta
Gonzalez.
catch the ball.
Couldn't quite pull it in. He's had a pretty breakout season for he's behind Mikel Bolt and obviously Roman James and the backup tight end.
Your Sears out wide.
That's a fullback Sears. He's made some big plays too. He had a big play last week against Alabama. Can't get anything done though. Very, very low scoring. Very, very, very low offense for Kentucky compared to previous week. Andrew Cole looking to get something started. Not much.
Not gonna lie, I think my reception may have gone out for that last quarter there, after the clock scored in the Racers game. I just, for some reason, I just couldn't pick up the game anymore. Didn't get to watch it.
Wow, you didn't miss a lot. Tinsley, is it Trevor?
Zuniga.
No, not Trevor. I said that every single time. His name isn't Trevor. It's Michael. I swear he must have a brother that went to my high school named Trevor. I swear, dude. I can't quite. His name has to be Trevor.
Oh, interception.
Oh, Malik. That's Malik Madison. We've got COVID in the booth here.
I can't freaking see you.
Aiden Cox back to pass. He's gonna find Roman James. That's who he needs to be looking for. And watch out with that interception. Kentucky's looking to put 3 on the board themselves, going into the wind with a lackluster kicker.
I was gonna say, quite frankly, if we're looking to get in a range here,
Maybe
we're gonna be
around
looking
20.
to get to about to the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
And quite frankly,
That's a
that'll do
start.
it. You've got to get out. You've got to get outside.
Yeah, I like getting out of bounds though.
Had the
They're
option
gonna call the
to.
timeout. The under is smelling decent. It has to have no more scoring except for a safety.
You know what 1/2 over under would be?
Oh. Aiden Cox with the unintentional clock there.
No, back in the day.
Oh my god. Over under 1.5. Will there be
I do it
scoring?
with some blockers. Oh, and they,
Oh.
quite frankly, they said I don't want to block anymore.
They're going to call one here, or they're going to quick snap it? Looks like a quick snap. 3rd and 5 here. I don't mind it. You want to save that time?
Trips out right.
That's true. Let's see what they can do with it.
They're
gonna
out
go
left, though.
They got
Mikel
McHale
Bolt.
wide open, and welcome to Hass Range, I think.
Oh, I think we're right on the edge. I don't think we're quite there
Okay,
yet, but I
that's
think
not a
we're
bad
on the
take.
edge of
That's
it.
not a bad take.
I mean, this wind's not going to play much of a factor. 3 miles an hour in his face, but
It's in his face, but it's going towards the. If they stay on this left side of the field, it is helping him a little bit in that direction. So
I would like to see him hang on to this timeout a little bit.
yeah, why not? Why not? Oh,
Oh,
I don't.
I-
Like that call.
okay. Who's that?
That's
Okay,
a bad.
okay.
That's a bad call.
That's it. Yeah.
Get up there, snap another one, try something else. Even if it's a
Maybe
run
even
play.
go for the end zone there, and then if you don't,
Yeah, I don't
if it
mind
doesn't
that, that's
convert,
fine.
you automatically clock. I don't know if this is Hess range,
I don't know either. Oh,
and he
and
proves
it
us so
is!
wrong.
He proves us wrong. That was
So
good
much
from-
for the under. I'm sorry whoever
Yeah, the
took
under.
that.
The under got. I think I did.
Smashed.
The under
No.
got destroyed. the over has been smashed in the first half. Once again, I think that it's possible that some Rhythm fans must have poisoned the San Antonio water. That's why you're so sick.
Is Andrew looking to make some noise? Oh, but he gets taken down
Shut
around
up,
the 40.
Cannons.
Probably just looking to hand this one off and send it to halftime, regroup. I mean, coming into this game, we knew that it wasn't going to be a very high-scoring affair, and quite frankly, if it was going to be, we were going to be quite shocked. I mean, this is just Oklahoma last week going to overtime, 0-0 overtime.
Thank God I took the over.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did too. I wouldn't want anybody losing money out there, like myself. I had $50K on the others. It's okay.
Was that bet Mattress Mac approved? Or?
No, well I'm gonna bet 100.
Andrew Paul
I'm gonna bet
making
100K
some
next time.
Yeah.
Pulls it out about to the 37 there.
Don't worry, I'll put 100K in the next game. No biggie.
I mean,
Tinsley to Hawkins. Oh, he had some green grass. That's the fullback Hawkins. He's able to make some moves.
We're looking to see a bit more life on the offensive side. Hopefully, Clint Livingston touring him at half.
Yeah. I'd like to see Livingston do some work too. Oh,
wide.
Cody Bright. Cody Bright's an underrated receiver in this league, I think. I think he's one of the better wide receiver fours. I think he's a charismatic guy. You know, he's gritty. So I'm excited to see him get some PT and some action from Tinsley. We're going to find Michael Zuniga there. That's brothers of Trevor. Longtime buddy of mine. Here we go. Tinsley back on 2nd and 8. Going to find Andrew Paul.
And I think this is not range. He drilled one from 51 earlier, so...
Yeah. It wins in his face a little bit. Not a lot.
I don't think it's enough to make a difference, quite frankly.
No, but you like the first down here from Robinson.
He can't quite reach it. I think that's just a bad running decision there. I mean, he tried to follow his blocks, but his blocks got stopped, and they're going to punt it away.
They're going to let Otis try to pen him deep. I don't mind this take anyway. Oh, that's going to be really good. That's going to be beautiful.
Going to be spotted at about the 17-yard line there.
Not as good as I thought it was. It went out there a little bit too much. Still a punt inside the 20, so.
I think I'd rather trust Nutt there to put one through.
Yeah, but then you get the ball back. I don't know. Serve it.
But is an extra 15 yards really something to scare you when it comes to this clock offense?
I agree. Man,
Eli Doyle's just not felt the same.
I can't wait to sleep in the blanket that's been coughed all over.
Oh, SWAT team. That was a big play prevented right there by the Oklahoma secondary.
This is a good Oklahoma secondary, that's for sure. They kind of lack in the linebacker department, but
they do look some green grass. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Good defense there by Oklahoma.
It's very well-rounded. I mean, Xavier Tague, former Alabama racer.
Yeah,
he's an impact player for sure.
And let's talk about a terrible punt from Stedman. Jude Stedman out of Washington could not get the job done. I guess that was even kind of with the wind there. I don't really know what happened. Probably made a bad snap.
You could argue that we're already in nut range.
Yeah,
Jamal Robinson picking up the blockers.
First down for Jamal Robinson. He's a gritty, grindy player out of Pittsburgh. He's able to get some yards that other guys can't. So it's good to see him get the starting job here. Obviously, you want to pray for Hopper to
Tinsley's out there catching some blocks.
Yeah. Harley Price, he has some experience in that RB2 role in Memphis, and it's good to see him out there as well. But you definitely wish it was Hopper. There's Robinson again out of the pass. Not going to be a lot there. Let's see what.
About 3rd and 7 here. Andrew Pohl out right by himself.
Yeah, I'd like the record to reflect that Harley Price is getting paid $25 million this year.
Some might consider that an overpay.
Well, I mean, I think it was the end of the cap space.
Collusion.
Uh-oh.
Is this not right? It seems to be a bit right. Oh. I guess you could say that wind could have blown that one out.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot, but it definitely could have had an effect there. And that could be the difference. That realistically could be the difference. Aiden Cox can get back in the field.
I honestly could see this game ending at 3-3, and Just by old age, like just players having to retire during the game.
You mean like we actually die in the booth?
Yes.
Like YouTube ends because of the.
Yeah, just
3-3. We're in like 3,000 overtime or something like that.
Like was mentioned last week, this Kentucky team is just one that plays to its opponent.
Oh yeah.
And right now we're just looking at an Oklahoma team that hasn't been putting up a lot of points in recent memory.
Swatted down, and we're going to see another Stedman attempt at it. This time the wind's with them. Just kidding, they're going to flip the sides. The wind's going to be against them. Start of the fourth quarter, tie game, 3-3. Stedman, and that's a boot from him. Must have gotten mad about his attempt last time. Poles out here to return. Going to get stuffed, 34-yard line. Starting to feel like week 5 all over again.
Robinson not finding anything up the middle. Being stuffed.
I think it was week 5. Oh, yeah, that's true. It's important to note Oklahoma beat Kentucky 6-3 in overtime, so they went to overtime at 3-3. This is a little bit of deja vu for your fans out there. That time, that game was in Oklahoma as well, so double overtime, nearly triple. Sorry for the correction there. Yeah, something that Bison fans would not like to see. They'd like to end it in regulation, in their favor. That's for sure. Schrader
is Roman picking on the sideline.
He likes that sideline there. Can't quite get a lot done.
A little bit of uh-oh.
That's Craig Lee, the right guard. He should be back.
Sealy Green.
No, Craig Lee. Oh, out of Auburn. That's a big-time player, too. Wow.
Right guard getting injured on a punt.
So
imagine?
That's left guard and right guard. Two of the three best offensive linemen for the Bison are now out for the rest of this game, as well as their starting running back. So expect 0 run production from this Bison team. 0. Not that there's been a lot already. You
could also be looking at a lot more pressures.
Yeah,
coming in from Kentucky.
Miles Green, Sid Thomas, they're going to be able to make an impact. Darryl McClain, Luis Larrabee, they'll be able to hopefully get some things done. Aiden Cox, though, is feeling some pressure. Big-time sack on 3rd down for the Oklahoma Bison.
There's Marcus Kendricks again.
Here's Stedman once again back to punt. Uh-oh. He's like I think it's a 50-50 every time between a boom or a bust. So we got the bust there. Short field for Tinsley. Again, this run is not going to be great. Look, already some pressure. They're going to find Robinson out of the slots. Not going to get anything done. Josh Patterson on the tackle. 4. You can talk the clock. 2nd and 12.
Left.
You like something out left?
They've already got double coverage on him. There he is.
They do go out left. Swatted by Torrey Holiday. Big time player Holiday is. He had a couple interceptions over the season, and he's made some big time plays.
Trips out right. See if they can make some noise with that. There he is. Can he find him?
Cody Bright
for the first.
I'll be honest with you guys, I'm a bit of a Cody Bright fan.
And the win with them this time, so you could argue that they are in that range.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know if they would go to nut here.
No, they probably won't. I mean, we saw him leave earlier with 50.
You're going to find Matty France. He's had a quiet day today, which is unlike him, but that's a good reception.
See, obviously a star player here for the this Bison offense.
Oh, yeah.
You want to see him involved in as many plays as you can get his hands on. Especially now that the run game.
Uh-oh. Talk about, I said zero production from the run game. A lot of production from the run game.
It was ball up to about the 29 here.
I don't know what
this is deep in nut range.
Oh, yeah, we are well in range here. Frankly, I think the Bison are looking for a little bit more than 3. Robinson down the right side. He's got boys.
He makes a move.
He makes the moves, and he's got blockers.
Who's that guy?
He's got blockers.
To the 10,
to the
5.
To the 5. Touchdown, Robinson! Touchdown, Robinson.
The over is being hammered.
The over has been absolutely smashed. 0 run game production. My bad, boys. Run game touchdown for the Bison.
So I think this game's looking to there's obviously a lot of time left here, but
Yeah, but
what does this mean for the playoff aspirations
So-
for the Bison here?
so that now means that that helps them the differential. So after 11 weeks, they are down 14 from Memphis in the differential.
Ooh.
So they're down. They're at -7. Memphis is at +7. Obviously, you think about that 40-6 victory in week 1. That hurts the Bison differential. But if it ended here at 10-7, they'd have a 0 differential.
Ooh.
And so if Memphis was to win at all, it would be over. And so it's looking like it's all going to be on. Memphis doesn't have to score any points. It's just, can Memphis get away with a W? And if so, they're making the playoffs.
Wow.
If they don't, then it's going to be a little tough. But let's not pretend that this game is over. We've seen Aiden Cox
Obviously,
come down
yeah.
drives, comeback drives. It's 2 minutes left. They got all 3 timeouts. Let's see what Coxey can do here. They're going to give it to
And it's a
Doyle.
Doyle. And he's not
I
going to
don't
find
like that
anything. He's
call.
going to lose some
I
yardage
don't like
there.
that call at all.
And that was after the 2-minute warning, so they're not going to pick up anything there with the
No.
timeout.
3rd and 4.
3
In the
timeouts for
shotgun.
both teams here. There's a big play. Oh, and he can't come down with it. You've obviously got to go for it.
Well, you have 3 timeouts, so a stop on defense could
But
go for it. They are
are
going to have
going
to go
for
for it.
it.
I agree with the call. I just wanted to bring out the.
I don't see
Well,
Andrew
advocate there.
Pohl because he's on the other team.
You mean?
That's right.
I mean, Dotson and Sterling gets it. It's the first down. Drives alive. Thanks. I don't know what to call you.
Whatever,
on
I
live.
can't
don't know
see.
what to call you on live YouTube. Aiden Cox.
Oh, and he found a man.
He found
Alex Hunt. Wide
He's-
receiver
he's had
3
a
there.
shift- He's had a shifty little bit here. He's had some yards. Timeout called.
So they're just trying to.
They
Pull
want to
the trigger
regroup.
there.
They want to regroup, and they want to pick a couple plays. You know what I mean? They want to say, okay, if we miss this, here's the check down. They're going to talk things over there in that timeout. They have 2 remaining. They're going to find Sears, the fullback, over the middle. It's Mark Sears, and they're driving. 1:14 left to go. I think you want to let this clock run.
I do too. You obviously want to. You don't want to leave Oklahoma with any
Right,
time
with
left.
Any time to get in the nut range.
Oh, and he picks it up, Mike Calvold.
Oh wow! Off the tip.
Yeah, start thinking about getting the clock in range here. A lot of time left though.
Yeah, there goes the timeout. Again, they want to milk clock, but they want to get their offense ready. So I don't mind that timeout there.
Especially on the 1st and 10.
Right,
Can plan ahead.
You can plan ahead and say, okay, if we miss here, here's what happens here. Get the
Trips
boys.
out left and 2 out right. Sole
empty
backfield
backfield.
here. Braden Cox.
Cox.
He's looking. Oh.
Anybody could have come up. Anybody could have come up.
It's not something you want to see if you're the clock though.
No. 2nd and 10 though. Very little time off the clock. Cox.
And you've
Sack.
got.
And you
this
gotta
is
take it here.
this is the time you start
You
thinking.
gotta take it here.
You're starting to press the panic
Marcus
button a little bit
Kendrick.
if you're a
Marcus
Kentucky
Kendrick.
fan.
I don't know. Maybe you don't take it. 3rd and 16. I don't like the mo here in Oklahoma.
Well, if you're ever needing a big play, this is. Oh, that's not how you get it. The
That's
fullback
some
is not
terrible
how you
play
get
call.
it.
It's 4 down territory, so I understand not going for the 16.
I mean, you've really got to question what
Oh.
Jim Allred is thinking there. Like, what is the OC doing?
Yeah, I don't see why we don't call a timeout here either. This is the game right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the game. 4th and 17 on the 30.
They're chewing this clock out a little bit. They really
are
want the
chewing
last
the
play of the
clock.
game. They said, if we're not
I
finishing
don't like this
it-
at all. Because if they get the first down, they still have another 12 yards left to go, and they need a touchdown. What is this? What is the play call there? Oh, I feel like
Coach,
Peyton Manning. I
Coach,
feel
what
like
are we
Peyton
doing?
Manning.
Coach, come on, Banks. Nick Banks, what are
We
we
need a
doing?
timeout there, dude. And here we go. Cox.
And another thing is, if you convert this first down, oh, it's not going to matter. Aiden Cox goes down to the backfield. This Bison defense showed up. Alvin Casey puts it away. He said, this game is over. Looking for victory formation here, Tinsley.
There you go. It's TikTok. That's going to be your last play of the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that
Oklahoma
it?
Bison win 10-3. I don't like that. Let me calm down that clapping there. In the booth.
So this now evens up the point differential for the Bison.
Yep. The Bison now have a 0-point differential. And I guess it's important to note that the Kentucky Cluck finished with a minus 45 differential.
And this is a team that competed well in a Dream Bowl last year.
Yep.
And it's just a fall from grace.
Marcus
Kendrick
is our player of the game.
Alabama Racer.
Score was 10-3.
Former Alabama Racer.
Yeah. And we had...
Blowy.
AJ Mayo.
Yeah, that's who it was.
The Rays are pretty
Close enough.
I mean,
So-
you have like a 50-50 shot.
And I missed it.
Griffin, are you ready for some injuries here?
Yeah, okay.
So Craig Lee is out 1 week, but I think he's fine.
What position is he?
Right guard. I think he's
He's
fine.
Okay.
Corbin Grimes is out 2 weeks with a sprained elbow, but I'm pretty sure
He's a paperweight.
Right.
So he will miss in semifinal.
okay. Sprained elbow. Elbow. Call me.
Just for that, Alabama's not going to want you in the playoffs anymore.
Well, yeah, it could be this team right here you're looking. And then no injuries for the Clock. Skate by once again, very little injuries in their final game of the season. Well, that's going to do it for game 1, ladies and gentlemen. Our next game features a big-time matchup between the Alabama Racers and the Memphis Rhythm. Obviously, the booth here has got their picks to win this game.
Well, what do you think? Should we get some final score predictions?
Oh, yeah, we can.
What are you thinking here? I mean, what's the last matchup here between the two?
Rhythm by 7.
We've got Rhythm by 7 by Commissioner Kipper. What we got here from...
I've seen this game.
I like Rhythm by 3.
He likes Rhythm by 3?
times.
I think Alabama's gonna. They know what's at stake here, and it's a big time game in Alabama. I think Alabama's gonna win by at least 2 possessions. I think it's gonna be a big game here for the Alabama offense.
I'm gonna say Racers by 10.
I like
And that
that
hurts
take.
me. And
I was
sure-
gonna say Racers by 7 plus 3, so that works out for me.
Memphis at
Memphis.
Alabama.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's get her started. So it's important to note Colton Crane will be back for this game. Obviously, you had Jack Shark last week losing to the Cannons.
What's the points needed here for Memphis?
The Memphis just need to win for us. Now, if you're a San Antonio Cannons fan, the Memphis need to win by 10.
How much do you need to lose by? Like, what's the fewest?
Well, if I lose, he beats me in record.
But if
Bison?
you win, you have head-to-head.
Well, we're tied on head-to-head.
Okay.
So if I win,
you
we're...
will be tied on record if you win.
Right.
So what's the points? You just
No.
have more.
Yeah, I have more.
Okay.
Like, point out.
Already.
Like, I have more now. Yeah, he has
Yeah,
0.
he-
He has 0, I have 7.
Okay. Oh, nice. Oh, that's unfortunate.
This is
Though.
kind of a double whammy.
Yeah, there's a lot right in this.
Yeah, there's a lot right on the
Which
points
would
here.
make you think this game.
So... Yeah,
Rhythm will kick.
if you're
Love to see that for Alabama.
if you're a Cannons fan, you're looking for a win by a substantial margin.
It is notable to say here, last time these two teams played was Week 6 in Alabama, and it was 12-7.
Yeah,
It's a lot of hustle. There's Harvey Ryan.
he's
the
dangerous.
The shining
Exactly.
star of this Alabama Racers offense. And as Alabama
Oh,
takes
yeah, let's
over,
go
we're going to be
back.
looking for some impact players here. Obviously, the wide receiver core is shining. The top two.
How about Shiloh the dog?
What the dog doing?
Nolan Kelly said nothing. He said the dog's doing absolutely nothing.
Harvey Ryan and Seth Allen, you're looking for these two guys to make an immediate impact.
Couldn't do it last week.
Along with Paul Wilson, who's a sneaky good player. What the dog doing?
Dominic Poss said nothing. Dominic Poss said the dog is doing absolutely nothing.
Let's get the dog on a leash right now. And quite frankly, trips out left. See Harvey Ryan, Seth Allen at right. You're going to see something played here. How about neither?
Reese Baxter for a gain of 4. Shut down.
Right receiver 4 there. And Tommy
Tommy
Tarbox.
Tarbo.
Uh-oh.
able to make a big time play.
Time for Beaver bombs. Get a good bounce.
Beaver below.
That was
Alberto Pennington. He's dangerous.
Now Pennington. And Pennington is down on the ground, and it's 2 weeks. That's an impact player out for this week and possibly next week.
No, he'll be back in 1 week. So wait. Are the semifinals directly after this? Or we have a bye.
No.
So
There's a break.
So he will be back for the semifinals.
He's
not a paperweight.
That is wide receiver 1 out. Oh, there's another injury on the field, but this time it's an Alabama racer on the line here.
These guys are playing big. This is a lot of scrappiness.
Who is this?
Marcus Bates,
Marlon Bates.
right knee tackle. Do you have a backup right knee tackle? You don't.
Yes, we do.
Thad
Poole.
Thad Poole will be making his first debut of this season. Colton Crane back to pass. He's going to find Kelly Oliver. So with Alberto Pennington, now comes Kelly Oliver, Leo Butler, and you're going to see some Caleb Williamson. Signed a $15 million deal this year with the Rhythm.
To ride the pine.
He signed a big-time deal with the Rhythm, and he's looking to catch a couple passes.
In the backfield. Sacked. Good pressure there. That's what you expect to see from this Alabama defensive line. They're getting some...
Yes, it was.
That's strong safety blitz there. The boys from Oklahoma State. There's a lot of chemistry coming on in the backfield there with both of these, both of the secondary positions, the free safety and the strong safety, coming from Oklahoma State.
It's important to note as well, Brian Fields is back. He just made that tackle on the last play. Obviously being injured for a long portion of this season.
Something that Alabama's always been proud of is their secondary.
Right.
Notable names like Roberto Roberts.
Yeah,
that's just one player you obviously can't forget.
Right, and they still got a pretty decent secondary. Obviously, they're suffering from the injury of Keyshawn Swinney. He will be able to return in the Dream Bowl, assuming that they clinch that with a win today. If not, he will not be able to play in the semifinals. So that's the expectation. McClure swatted down.
I mean, another name for that secondary is Deron Malcolm, who left for the NFL last season. He went to the Eagles.
Philadelphia.
Back, and
big time play.
It's so hard.
Mathis there.
I think this gets talked about.
Justin Watts, we'll take that.
Every single time that Alabama plays, it is brought up about the potential quarterback battle between Gutierrez and McClure. It's like, who would you rather have? It's split pretty 50-50. Not a lot going for this Alabama offense, really.
Another big tackle there from Tommy Tarboe on Paul Wilson there. Paul Wilson's had a bit of a breakout season at the tight end role for this Racers offense. He's had some big-time plays. Here's another thing to note. It's not going to be Pennington back there. You're going to see Kelly Oliver returning everything today now that Pennington's out for the day.
And I know it doesn't seem like much of a difference, but quite frankly, Alberto Pennington was kind of a...
He was an electric.
He's a matchstick in the backfield there.
Yeah. There's also
a SWAT team. Mike Crandall.
That's creepy Crandall there. It's important to note that this could hurt Alberto Pennington's Offensive Rookie of the Year chances.
Well, I would argue at this point, Week 12, kind of finishing off. I mean, who's the second?
What if he had a two touchdown game that would have sealed it?
I mean, it's arguably already sealed though. Look for a big stop.
Oh,
Kelly Oliver!
Kelly Oliver!
Lots of green grass. And
he's not slowing down anytime. Touchdown Rhythm, baby.
Let's make some noise.
Love it. See, now I feel warm. Like I feel comfortable. I feel cold because you're the one with the gun. If you're with me, then what can we stop? That's not getting missed by Hayden Gould. 7-0. Rhythm up.
It's quite frankly not what you want to see if you're a Racers fan. And quite frankly, I am a big Racers fan.
Well, it's important to note, last week the Rhythm came out 7-0. They've come out 7-0 in weeks prior. They're pretty much known as one of the better first quarter teams in this league. They always start out on the first, second, third drive with a touchdown, and then they normally don't score in the second half. So, they score in the second half on the nights, that's for sure.
You're going out Paul Wilson. He's looking to make an impact this game. This is a lot of targets, especially early on in this first quarter.
He normally gets some big time targets. We got a Racers fan in the chat over here.
Go Racers. Catch the ball.
Corey Odom. Big time. That's a captain there.
That's, as I said, that's a notable name there for Memphis.
Yeah, he's a big time player. You know, there's been talks of him trying to get to the league this year. You know, he's still debating that decision, but to play for the draft.
Make a play. There's Seth Allen. That one just kind of fell into his lap, and
2 minutes left in this first quarter. Memphis leads 7-0. Dakota McClure under center.
this is important to note. This is a contract year for Seth Allen. There's Paul Wilson again, another little striker.
If he does not choose to re-sign, there will be a lot of money thrown at Seth Allen this year.
The high-end wide receivers are
hard to
come by.
Yeah, there will be a lot of money thrown at him, so it's going to be interesting to see where he ends up.
I do believe he has one MVP game, and that's what is the line doing there, quite frankly.
They can't do a lot against Darius Mathis, former Oklahoma Bison. That was Dominic Koss. He's also made a huge impact on this league. Been playing very well in the past couple games.
High formation on 3rd and 14 is a questionable business
play
decision.
Action. Paul Wilson.
I don't know why we're going to play action.
No, I agree. I think I'd like a shotgun pass. You know what I mean? Tommy Tarboe is just picking him up and laying him down. I couldn't have said it better myself. He's a big-time player.
You have to ask for a Beaver bomb here, and that's looking like
delivers.
it's going to get the job done. And that's a great punt. That's what you come to love.
That's an Otis Schrader punt.
Love.
That's an Otis Schrader punt if I've ever seen one.
Oh.
Colton Crane under center here. Wouldn't be surprised if this is going to Ray Ray and a screen. Oh, yeah.
And there's a sack. And you've got to start. You've got to start thinking for the next drive here. Is that
in safety
if
range?
Alabama closes them out here with this 3 and out, if they go 3 and out here, this punter's kicking from the back of the end zone. And
we're in the shady part of the stadium now in Birmingham. I thought it was an issue with my computer, but no, it's just shady. They're gonna find David Smothers, kind of get him out of the hole. It's gonna be good. Really, Memphis isn't looking to get this first down. They're looking to not have a pick six or a big time safety. So you're looking to just set your punter up at the best you can. Crane's going to find Leo. That's pretty much all you can do. You're going to have a big time punt here from Herschel Dempsey out of Kansas State. Also on a contract year. One of the better punters in this league. Him and Hayden Gould, both from Kansas State, round out this pretty solid.
Oh, that's exactly what you want to see for your Memphis.
Yeah. He's a great punter.
Nonetheless, it's still going to be you're going to be making it out to about midfield here for the Alabama team, and quite frankly, all they need is just one little breakout play, and Harvey Ryan's got some green grass.
Green gas. Gaseous. Dakota McClure.
Paul Wilson.
That's a
catching
great
traffic.
drive.
Heavy traffic.
That's a great
That's
drive.
a notable catch right there. And Paul Wilson, I don't know if you've got him on your fantasy teams this week, but he's getting a lot of targets. This PPR score is going to be through the roof. And that's what
by Jackson. What? No.
That was a McBlowjob by McClure there. And Ray Potts.
Make some noise. He's making some noise. He's making noise. He's making some noise back there. San Antonio Cannon fans are relieved. Bison fans are...
Make a play.
Bison fans are not happy. Knights fans and Cluck fans, frankly, do not give a singular crap. I think Cluck fans checked out around week 5, so...
Oh, make a play. That's not at the first down. They're looking at 4th down here. This is all you can ask for out of that. Post interception. All it takes here is just... Oh, that's a good punt.
Yes, Brian Fields.
We're pinning him back at about the 19.
He made a big-time tackle earlier. Brian Fields did. He's back.
Racers are gonna need some love here, some hype in the stadium. If this is ever time for the fans to get hyped and get the boys going, it's right now. And Shiloh the dog Hollins ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. That's what he's doing.
I'm loving that. I'm loving the Memphis Rhythm fans and the booth right now. McClure swatted.
Dakota McClure is one of those guys where you just really have to question like what goes through his mind sometimes. Trips out left here. McClure in the backfield. The dog with him. Paul Wilson over the middle again.
He's an animal.
And that's just not enough. That's just not enough.
I'm rubbing my engine. Billy back to punt.
That's a good
Kelly
punt.
Oliver back to receive. He's going to catch it in stride. Trying to get to the outside.
And he gets
Laid
killed
out.
at the 45.
You're getting that. Getting this beat down in 4-4 time.
That was better than what I thought about it. That was good. Oh,
Yep, that's him.
Blaine.
That's him.
Oh.
Yes, it's a pass broken
Leo
up
Butler
there.
couldn't hold on to it. It's okay. Good attempt there. I like that. I like taking a little shot on first down. So now we go to the wing T, but I like play action here. Nope, they're gonna say, "How about Wilkins?" Wilkins on
And
the
he's making
sideline.
he's making a
That's
little
JD
too much
Wilkins.
noise there for me.
Out of Arizona State. He's an underrated back. 73 overall. Underrated, I'd say.
I think
Colton Crane and Ray Ray. Talk about a properly rated back. First down.
Was he an 80?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plays better than some of the
Some of the guys I know.
Ray Ray. Here he is. Oh.
Hold him up.
You know something we don't see a lot is like a fumble on a run play. We don't see a lot of those.
I could go for one right now.
I mean,
There's no way he's on this list.
now I'm worried. Just like there was no way for Reliable Rich to miss either of those.
It's notable that Reliable Rich was not referred to as Reliable Rich until right before that field goal was kicked.
Ooh,
Orozco?
that is Nestor. Thank you. You don't see a lot of Nestor
Only
Orozco.
question.
That's
A lot of answers.
Nestor Orozco is tight end number 5.
Oh wait, that doesn't even matter.
Nestor Orozco is tight end number 5.
Sack in the backfield.
Oh, should we phrase that?
I was just about to ask if we're in Hayden Gould range,
Like number
but
In the league?
No,
seeing
like
a
on
dip
my
out
team.
of it right now.
He's a receiver. He must be in this range.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wide receiver. That's what I meant to say.
That's
Because Alberto Pennington's out.
Very good stop.
So he's getting
after
some-
about
he's
3
getting some
yards.
Third and
And if
14.
you're Memphis here, you're looking to just chew some clock. And if you're
Get in
Alabama,
field
you're
You want to get in range here. If you get 10 yards here, you don't get the first time, but you get in the Gould range. I don't mind that at all. I think
can Hayden Gould handle a 41-yarder?
he has done it before.
There's no wind affecting him.
He's done it before, and I think he might do it again. Let's see.
Some might say he's just not due.
He isn't due, but that doesn't really matter.
This is a deep kick here.
Prime time Gould, baby. Prime time Gould. Prime time Gould. He's up
And,
by
if,
10.
and I was gonna say, if you're Memphis here, if you're San Antonio, you're excited.
If they blow this one seed.
Harvey Ryan.
Imagine if we win by 10 and then you lose to the Knights by like
If he just
A million?
loses.
Well, it begs the question.
I'm reading.
Well, if say I only win
I
by
formation
6,
here, which is
maybe
an
if I
interesting
didn't score 0
decision
points 3
with
games
a
in a
1
row,
minute
it'd
on
be
the
a
clock.
different story.
And we're gonna give it to the dog.
or if
Who
Reliable
stopped in
Rich
the
would've made-
backfield.
if Reliable Rich would have made 2, you
Believe
would've
it
had
or
6 more
not.
points.
He knows this game is the one that counts. He's saving all his kicking views.
This is yes, I love to see this. Allen out right, Harvey out left, and we're gonna give it to the dog. It's how you, coach
What is the dog doing though? What is he doing?
Ray Wolf. It's time to put the dog down. Okay?
Trying to put the dog down.
It's time to throw the ball. Dude, stop giving his and he's dead. Is that Seth Allen? Is that Seth Allen?
Yes. They ran it on 3rd and 14. They ran it with the dog on 3rd and 14.
This is an Archie Travis. Isaac John is gone. He's been gone for years now. What are we
They're
doing?
used to that working. Seth Allen going down. That's huge.
Billy Beaver's booting it in an outrage of how mad he is at the offensive
Oh
coordinator.
my
there.
god. And here's a question that a lot of people are asking: did they leave the Memphis with a little bit too much time? They might have.
Oh yeah.
Could they have left him with a little bit too... That was an intentional clock by Crane. Like the record to reflect, he's known for doing that. Clock at Crane. Clock at Colt 45's Crane. Can he be the first person with 2 nicknames in this league? Clock at Crane. Yeah, I mean, if you're Memphis, I think you just want to go into half up 10.
You're Alabama. Why are we not?
Yeah, I don't know why you're running up 3rd and 14. I mean, I know why we are. We're trying to chew clock, and it works. But they're going to get the ball back. But Dempsey's looking to pin him deep here.
Well, I hate to be perspective, but all it takes is one breakout play here, and Harvey Ryan is the guy. That's fine.
Shut down. They're gonna have a long field for 8 seconds at one time. I think.
All it takes is one play.
That's true.
All it takes is one play.
That's true.
Looking for Harvey Ryan out left here. Man-to-man
We got
coverage.
no Seth Allen.
It's man-to-man coverage. Okay.
We got no Seth Allen.
It's time for another play.
Maybe you give it to the dog here.
No, you do not give it to the dog.
Is
If
it possible you give it to the dog?
If this goes to the dog, he just needs to be sent to the pound.
Shaw. Oh, he almost had room.
Timeout.
No, that's the half. 10-0. Let's go. There was another game early in the season. The Rhythm led the San Antonio Cannons 10-0 at half, and that game ended 16-10 San Antonio. Just want to point that out.
You all remember that game?
I do. Clearly.
And Memphis gets the ball back.
Yeah. Colton Crane's looking to chew with Ray Ray. How about a Kelly Oliver miss hit? Huh?
I will say
he's not Pennington, but
this game is a lot less stressful when Alberto Pennington is not in the backfield receiving those kicks.
yeah, no, it's
Trips out left.
it's
Colton Crane
definitely
in the
helpful.
backfield, hands it off to
They're gonna
Ray
give
Ray.
it to
Potts up the
He's
middle.
got room.
He's got some
squeaks.
boys.
He's shifty. He's like Deuce Vaughn. That's what he is. He's if Deuce Vaughn and Derrick Henry had a kid. That's what he is. Here we go, Ray Ray. It's alright. Chew. Big time chew. A minute already ran off this clock in the third quarter. Crane's going to snap the ball here on 3rd and 4. Looking to get a first down here and continue this long drive.
That's
Oh,
him.
and he's got David Smothers over the middle. Lob pass from Crane. Something you were missing last week with Jack Shark at Q. Also, kind of important to note that a win here would take Memphis to 7-5, which a loss here takes them to 6-6, which is their best season of all time. A win here just furthers that record.
And then that begs the question: has Memphis just come to accept mediocrity season through season?
Well, no, because they're 6-4, and or 6-5. That's pretty awesome. There's another team. There's another team that's accepted some things.
If Memphis gets in, this will
Including
be their first time in franchise history even making the playoffs.
Yep.
Can't even imagine them sniffing a dream bowl. So it's big time implications for them.
Yep. And I like a punt here. Let Dempsey pin him deep.
Yeah.
Dempsey pin him deep. I like punting it away. Get it on out of bounds.
Or just give it to Ryan right here.
Yeah, I don't like giving it to Harvey, especially with blockers, especially with boys. They're gonna take him down.
He's got some boys.
He's got boys. He could have boys.
It's time for Dakota McClure to really
Dakota
show up
McClure, he
and
needs
show
to
why
up.
he won the job.
Agreed. Gutierrez is sitting there, helmet on. Let me
Harvey
tell you.
Ryan.
Gutierrez is sitting with his helmet on.
Something I'd like to
Lots
question
of
here
notes.
is just how much Harvey Ryan just hasn't been targeted this game.
Agreed.
Paul Wilson is getting a lot of snaps and he's a reliable receiver, but
Could that be because of Corey Odom though? Could Corey Odom be shutting him down?
does that
That's
wide receiver 5
Wide receiver 5 with a huge play.
grabs a new set of chains and he moves on. His first reception today.
Get the chain get out there.
Harvey Ryan's solo out left.
Third quarter, over halfway done now.
Targeting. There's
Uh-oh,
Harvey Ryan. Make a
there's
man
Ryan.
miss. There's his
Corey
first
Odom's gonna
down.
be able to take him down. You know, Corey Odom
This is
can't
a big
do it all the
drive.
time. This is shaping up to be a very, very successful and big drive for.
At the least,
Corey
you're
Odom.
looking to get in a range, get in a Hans Pimentel range, and
He's one
make
of
it at least a one-possession game.
What is
What's the dog doing? He's getting no yards. He might have actually lost them there. He's rushed for -9 yards today, which
He's
might
hungry
be
for more, though.
that might be his all-time high
Could be.
of rushing yards. You know, you don't bring in Shiloh for a performance. You bring him in to sell tickets because, quite frankly, there's Paul Wilson again.
He's box office.
He is box office.
Paul Wilson could be box.
No. Shiloh the dog is box office.
The dog.
You
is
put
in
him
the
on a
box.
poster out front.
the dog is box office. That is
I'd like to
true.
see Shaw get the ball here.
Oh, McClure.
How about Harvey
That'll
Ryan?
work.
Flats.
This is. At this point, you're starting to
Minute
look. You're
left
starting to
in the
sniff the end zone
third.
here.
You're right. They are sniffing the end zone. They're gonna find. Oh,
Paul
big
Wilson
hit.
just can't hang on to it.
That's
He
a
just
big
can't
hit.
hang on to
It's
it.
a big hit.
Well, it's fine if it gets to fourth down. This is easily in Hans Pimentel range,
True.
which makes it a one-possession game.
Some would say you can't miss these.
That's drinkable. I don't think he could actually.
I don't think he could either. And there's another dead player on the field, but
Is
it's
it
not
the dog or
mine.
is it me? Oh no, Ash Briggs. Okay, I thought it was Mathis. Not that I don't love Ash Briggs. Don't get me wrong. Sorry to the Briggs family. Sorry to the Briggs family there. That's some big time injuries for this Memphis Rhythm team.
3rd and 11 here. You'd like to see. They've got double coverage on Harvey Ryan out left.
Deservedly so.
And it could be Percy Wagner out right. And they're going to
Oh,
give it to
okay.
the dog.
They're gonna
And
let
he's
the
got
dog
no
work.
blockers.
The dog's got nothing.
He has no blockers. And it's going to come up to Hans Pimentel here.
on
And
the
just,
right hash. No
he's
wind.
going to need to bank something in here just to make it a one-possession
No
game.
wind. What were you saying, Ryan?
There's no way he makes that.
I think it's a great take.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hope all this happens just for the Knights to beat you. That'd be so. Or no, the Knights to score like you're up by 10. Yeah, you're up by 10, and then the Knights score a touchdown like at the very end. Like
We need to come up.
yes.
What happens if we tie our overall points?
What is the third tiebreaker?
It's not head to head overall points. Why not?
Because
right.
we're better.
Have you already done that?
Yeah, we're plus 4.
Is this an
Would it be
NFL thing?
would it be
It's
point
14, 10,
4?
10, 14, 10.
Yeah, points. Oh, actually, points 4.
Trips out left. Oh, you gotta
It really
catch the
does.
ball.
Who was?
I mean that's what it is in hockey.
You
right?
gotta come down with
Isn't it
that.
goal
one.
scored?
Gotta make a stop here. That's not downs.
Oh, it is. Big time stop for the Racers there. They're going to get the ball back. By the way, we have entered the fourth quarter. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth. Dempsey back to punt. That's not a good punt.
That's all you're wanting right there if you're an Alabama fan.
They're going to control Ryan, but
27 yards on punt returns today. You'd love to see him take one back.
you would. A lot of Mo in Birmingham, too, so that Mo is
I like this man coverage out here for Harvey Ryan. But I have a bad feeling that Brandon Shaw is going to be out.
Inside linebacker, too, made that play, though. It's good to hear, right? Come on.
Sure.
You got to love inside linebacker.
I don't like this high formation going in the backfield here.
Is it going to the dog? No. No, he's wide open.
There's Paul
Paul
Wilson,
Wilson wide open
for his
in the middle.
big play of the game. We've seen a lot of like 5 yard, 9 yards.
That was a 19
19
yard. Yeah.
It's almost an explosive play. Got some man coverage going on here on the sides. 2 guys in the backfield. They're going to give it to the dog. He's got a blocker. He's got a couple blockers. That's his best run of the day. He's not quite there, but he
Might be
almost
like
is broken
10.
even
Might be like
on
-10
rush
instead of
yards today.
-20.
He's almost back to 0.
That's good for the dog. Good for his
Yeah, but he's about to lose some yards right here.
No.
And it's Brandon Shaw, and he's just going to get stuffed at the line. And
Wait,
this is the
Mathis.
3rd down you have to convert. This is just a
Are
little...
you in Hans range? I mean,
Well, you'd like to think so, right?
yeah, but after that last.
Here's Dakota
pass-
McClure.
Uh-oh,
Look at back, there's
he
Harvey
finds
Ryan.
Harvey Ryan. Yeah.
Inside the 30 here. Looking to get into the red
We
zone.
need an interception.
You just need to sniff the end zone for the first time today. You just need something, anything. Cut him clear back. And he's going to get sacked in the backfield,
Sack.
which is not what you want to see.
Big time sack. There's Mathis.
Second
There's
and
Mathis
17.
from Oklahoma. By
And there are no wide receivers out wide.
Dude, this clock is drained. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game. Screenplay.
There's Brandon Shaw.
Brandon Shaw. Not gonna
He's
get
almost into the
first.
end zone, though. Or into the red zone. Close.
3rd and 5. 3rd and 5. This is very, very makeable, especially with pretty much an empty backfield. I think the dog is
Got some
back
zone
there, though.
coverage going on in the
You
backfield.
don't want to be handing this off to the dog. They're gonna find
There's
Percy
Percy Wagner. Receiver
First
out of
down
Washington.
This is a long drive though, and they gotta score twice. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
Why are we giving it to Tino Benson?
Benson is shut down by Chris Bradley there.
You,
About to hit the 2-minute warning here in Birmingham. 2-minute warning there. 2 minute. Alabama is down by 10,
You have to score here if you're Alabama.
you need at least a 3. Like, you have to have 3.
You have to.
If you miss the field goal
if there's no points on the board, this game is over.
I agree. If there's anybody that can do it, it's the best team in the league. It's
Percy
Percy Wagner again.
You've got to hurry up.
Clock's gonna run. They got
This has
3
got to be
timeouts.
hurry up offense here.
They got 3 timeouts. And remember, they're either gonna need an onside conversion or stop. Assuming that if they have all
they
3.
shouldn't. I'm not too confident they're on. Actually, if there's a team that's gonna convert them, 4th and 15.
Harvey Ryan creeping to the 10-yard line.
That is 4th down.
Oh, that was 3rd down. So, do you send Tommy Tarbo with a big hit there? Do you send the field goal unit out?
And they're going to let him play.
Here
The
it
dog in
is.
the backfield.
They've
Do
got
not
the
get rid of
dog.
the dog. Put the dog down. It's time to let the dog go.
Swat it down! Swat it down!
Let's make some.
Swatted. Goosh.
I'm making no.
Goosh.
Playing
And, oh wait, stop required though. I mean it's 2 possession game, but stop required. And with the win here, not only does that help out the Cannons, a win here. Not that I'm gonna be quiet for a little while longer.
There's no way you lose this.
Oh, I hate that. Rowan, I hate that.
Need to stop. Somebody grab him and choke him, throw him to the ground. Pull a Jackson Dart to rip his head around.
3rd and 5. Minute 23 left to go. Colton Crane.
That's your guy. That's your guy.
They find Smothers, and I think that's the game. I'm pretty sure that's the game. Like, 100%.
No, but isn't it?
Yeah, like, unless they pass it here.
No, they'll wait. They'll wait.
Right. So with a
not
win
like a
here,
fumble or anything.
with a win here, Alabama obviously is still looking good for the 1 seed. It's looking hairy for the 1 seed, but welcome to Memphis Rhythm to the postseason
The odds
for the
are
first
that-
time in franchise history.
And if
Can
San
we
Antonio pulls off a win, it will be a rematch. This exact same rematch.
Yeah, if San Antonio pulls
in
off a
the
win by
playoffs.
10,
This was a good game.
if San Antonio wins by 10 in this following game, that means that they will squeak the 1 seed. They will squeak the 1 seed from Alabama.
But here's the narrative that we're missing is that Memphis is 5-1 in the last 6 games
Someone say they're hot. Someone say they're hot.
for no apparent reason.
They got hot. Why did the Rams get hot?
And that'll
They're a
do it.
talented young team that just got hot.
There's victory formation.
Let me go get some chips.
Are you coming? Are you leaving? Are you leaving the booth here? Is it?
If Kipper wants to hop back in, okay. I'll hang out.
Wow. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I'm getting this now.
here's the thing: you're making the playoffs nonetheless. You're making the playoffs.
What are we? 9-3.
That's a good season, man.
No. The last time we were 9-3 was the very first season where we lost the Dream Bowl to the San Antonio Cannons.
And that's a win. That's a win for the Memphis Rhythm.
And
they're going to the playoffs. They are going to the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. That is, I can't believe it.
you really have to question just
Oh, here we go.
what's going on about the
Here we
team.
go.
Like,
Dude, some Deflategate stuff.
I think somebody is broken. Like, I think my head
Yeah.
coach is a robot, and his head has been hacked into, and it's just bad play called.
Colby, is there a way you can get up and grab that pencil over there so I can write down the injuries for Kipper? Sherman Owen.
Sherman Owen.
Sherman Owen is going to grab the phone again.
You really just have to wonder what the dog was
What was
doing.
the dog doing? That's a great
He wasn't.
question.
He was doing niche.
He was doing niche.
He was sitting back, doing niche.
So Bates, Marlon Bates, for you. Big dream. So he's fine. Seth Allen, hyperextended knee. He will be fine. Archer Travis is obviously injured. Keyshawn Swinney. And for Brian Fields was playing in that game. Just to confirm it here. Confirmation here. Brian Fields played in that game. No injuries on the Alabama side. player of the game was Sherman Owen, Alabama. So, bruised ribs.
I would like to point out, it was talked about earlier if Memphis wins out.
What talked about earlier?
So Pennington.
Bye bye Oxford.
Memphis. Pennington bruised ribs 2 weeks, but he is not a. Like he's not a. Okay, I just want to let you know. The other Alabama had 2 1-week injuries, right? And neither of them were things, and even if they were,
And nothing but thing.
Ash Briggs 1 week neck spasms. So. Okay, so no injuries, no real injuries throughout that game. Some game injuries, but no long-term injuries.
My heart's like actually pounding.
Dude, my hand is shaking.
I love this. Andrew Brady.
What did Andrew Brady say?
I'm gonna close this one just so you can see him. Oh,
No.
never mind.
Come on.
I think you see. I think I see him out there.
I've managed to piss off every single fan base in one back. So I've never seen one. So Cannon's obviously mad. Racers are obviously
We're in
mad.
the air right now. We don't know what to feel.
Right. Oklahoma Bison are obviously mad. I guess the Cluck aren't mad. The Knights are just always mad because they're perpetually bad whenever they should be good.
The Glock fans are actually doing great.
Yeah,
They lost, but
they
first
got-
round draft pick, 2 huge wins this season.
And this talk about huge games. It's in San Antonio too, right? With the alternate.
Did you restart it?
What?
Did you?
No, we don't.
You don't have to.
Okay, my bad.
We only restarted it for speed purposes, like because his computer was.
You're correct about all that.
I see.
One of my buddies.
About all the injuries, or whatever.
What about location and alternate?
Oh yes. So it is the Tampa Bay
Not about
Buccaneers.
That's not.
What is it, Kipper? Do you remember? Oh, never mind. Found.
Shout out to our viewers. There could be another possible St. Louisian.
St. Louisian?
Yeah, whatever you call them.
St. Louisan.
St. Louisan. Okay, I like that. Are you ready? You too?
Young go.
Started.
Could be a couple actually.
Ryan, would you go get me a
At
water
some
from
point,
downstairs?
there were 2 other St.
We
Louis.
got some a St. Louis treat here, the gooey butter cake.
Oh, I will take
Wait.
a gooey butter cake. I almost
Am-
stole
am
one
I-
earlier.
Am I allowed to have a gooey butter cake after that win?
You didn't knock me out of the playoffs.
I'm still in the playoffs.
Playoffs.
You knocked Andrew out of the playoffs. Is what I was referring to.
Oh.
Playoffs.
Playoffs. I didn't even want to get him.
So for anybody wondering, San Antonio has to win by 10
Come on here for a second.
to get the 1 seed. Can you get that water bottle?
There you
The gooey butter cake was very dry.
Well, it's nothing.
You can waterfall out if you would like. I know your mouth is just dry as mine is. Sorry to Andrew Brady. I doubt he's still watching. I'm sure he has left by now. I would. Yeah, so Alabama's point differential. Yeah, they just got to win by 10. I've confirmed it on my differential sheet.
We're looking at San Antonio getting the ball here first. Something just to note is that last time San Antonio wore these alternate uniforms, which are notably camo, their offense somehow disappeared.
True,
So-
they lost 14-0 against the Alabama Racers last time they played in these uniforms. Dalton's looking to do something better, connecting with Jensen Spencer.
We're looking at some impact player of the games here. Just on this offense, notably. Obviously, Seth Dalton is the key of everything to keep note
What are you
of.
scheming about?
The best quarterback that this league has ever seen. Not based on accolades, but just based on pure raw talent. We'll likely see him. Could be his last regular season game.
I did my job.
And it could be his last game in San Antonio ever. If they do secure the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Which is a hard pill to swallow for those from San Antonio. It's just even hard to pick impact players with how good this team is. Marquise Armstead, obviously RB1. He's the best running back in the league, minus Archie Travis. Wide receiver 1 for this team is Tom Lloyd. It's hard to see any kind of drive being made without some kind of performance by Tom Lloyd. Like he just gets the ball and he makes plays.
So that was not meant to go to Mo Arnold, man. Mo Arnold sniped that.
That's the fullback. Mo Arnold.
Yeah.
Out deep.
We're not talking about momentum. We're talking about Mo Arnold.
On the line here, notable players, Zach Austin, the left guard. Looked to run left with a very, very talented player who could be sniffing the NFL as well this year.
Yeah.
This could be his last year in the AFF.
Are we in reliable Rich range?
Quite frankly, we're not. For St. Louis here, the defense is a little bit different.
They got a big-time player.
Yeah, you're not going to see a lot of shining stars besides a couple real standout guys. One of them being KJ Mayo, picked up in the free
Home
agency.
slice Maxwell.
That's a pass. Did you
Left
see that
defensive
pass?
end.
That's a Dalton dime.
Dalton dime to home slice Maxwell.
Another
I
notable
hope
player
he
is
watched home
Clarence
slice.
Laws, outside linebacker from California.
Yeah,
Looking for him to make some stops on the outside. There's Marquise Armstead. You've really got to start wondering, like, what has Marquise done? He's obviously been the undoubtedly #1 running back in his league since week 3, since Archie Travis went out. But he just hasn't been making a lot of noise. There's
So, no injuries in
Jensen
this game.
Spencer.
Absolutely no injuries in this game. Both teams fully
Well,
healthy.
now somebody's due.
Yeah, somebody could be due.
It's 4th down here,
I think
and
you're in reliable Rich range.
Reliable Rich missed a field goal earlier.
It's notable.
And he is 0 for
0
2.
for 2 since being called reliable Rich.
Oh!
These points are.
I wanted him to be 0 for 3 since being called reliable Rich.
Now
7 points away.
it's-
7 points away. All St. Louis. I mean, if you're
St. Louis, you've
are
gotta
you
be
thinking
making-
about
you have to
winning
score.
seasons here.
Right? Are you thinking about helping out a friend? Thinking about collusion.
Collusion is the word of the year for this AFF.
I formation.
A lot of
It's
collusion.
it's because the main commentator pushed the narrative completely away his malpractice.
Oh, come on. Am I the main commentator?
Flipping over the board
He's
here,
got
we're
big
looking at
board
some
games.
impact players for the Knights. Again, not a lot of notable names here besides that of Scott Lopez.
Notable in
is
the
he
way
not
that
playing?
No, Scott Lopez just isn't very good.
Not notable.
Well, for this offense,
Okay.
Aaron Dotson, free agency pickup.
Huge.
He's obviously wide receiver 1, followed up by Caden Bowie,
Yeah.
who's
Caden
wide
Bowie.
receiver 2. He's a very solid, reliable back. There's Aaron
Dotson,
Dotson, speak of the devil.
It's going to unfortunately be 4th down.
3 and out.
Say hello to Merv Ivy.
I think
Yeah, official what? Recount?
there's
Yeah.
Tom Lloyd in the backfield. Makes a man miss. Makes a couple guys miss.
You have access to the spreadsheet, so you can go check that right now. Swatting.
You got to come down on that ball.
Okay, can you pull up the game page and pull up the spreadsheet of the pull up each page of the schedule?
No man out wide here. Play action.
Oh,
He
finds
finds-
home slice. Home slice over the middle for a first down. Homer Maxwell's 10 yards per catch on the day. He's having a huge day. He's got a huge season.
It really has. At the tight end position. I mean, there's a lot of big names at the tight end position.
Lemon James, home slice Maxwell, Homer Maxwell.
Homer Maxwell. Yeah.
And Alabama's got one in Paul Wilson too, I'd like to think.
Very reliable. He had a really good game. Couldn't bring it down for the rest
There's
of the team. And you're starting to get worried here if you're an
Yeah,
Alabama
it's
fan
tricky.
because this is
Are you?
San Antonio is
Marching.
they realize what is at stake today.
You know, if San Antonio is anything like Seth Dalton, they like to wait until the last minute and then call game. So maybe they just want to do that on the entire regular season is call game. Second and 11.
Tom Lloyd out left.
1 point down.
He's going to cut in over the middle. They're going to find Homer Maxwell.
Is it wrong?
Trips out right.
Oh.
I'm wrong. I'm so funny.
They found
Now I'm worried that it's wrong.
John
right?
Colleton.
Oh, I looked at week 5. No, you're so far it's all right.
Colleton out
And then
right.
you also need to check the spreadsheet calculations because it calculates based on
Spencer and Lloyd out left. They're going to hand it off to Marquise. And he's within the 10. He's at the 8.
Weird thing, Brady believed Brady believed me, so I'm sure Brady's already counted it too.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm not trying to get you to stop counting, but like
No,
that gives me.
Homer Maxwell gets a new set. He
No.
moves the chains and balls on the
What?
3.
It simulates recoil.
Wait, hold on.
And this is going to be an easy punch in here for the Cannons against the St. Louis defense that, quite frankly, just wants the season to be over. SWAT team.
The recoil.
Now, St. Louis has had I think we can spend a little bit of time here while San Antonio pushes this one in. Yeah, there's Homer Maxwell. Key
Touchdown.
contributor to that drive. If Reliable Rick here puts this one in, then it'll officially make it the 10-0 minimum that San Antonio needs to gain the 1 spot in the playoffs.
So,
And he,
according to me, these are correct.
and he squeaks
That's
in.
my calculations.
And as it stands right
I'll do
now,
another double check too.
San Antonio currently holds the 1 seed in the AFF if they can close it out with at least 10 points.
Now there's no goal tied.
So this isn't tied right now, right?
Well, unless they were to score,
You're a
3,
point.
If,
You're a point. Okay.
unless you were to score 3 and then they were to field goal and then you get a safety.
There's
The
an
most realistic
interception.
thing Is I score a field goal and a touchdown, and he gets 3 field goals. 10-9
Right.
to be 20.
29.
Or no, then I'd be up.
He would still be chilling.
Okay, there's no way.
Back to Hoskins. You run the other way.
I mean, he could get 4 field goals, 12 to 20.
God,
Lloyd out left. Colleton out right. They're going to hand it to Marquise Armstead. Good boy. Moves it up to about
They're getting
3.
close to reliable rich range.
we're getting close. About 20 more yards.
Mr. By the way, I showed you the spreadsheet too.
I saw it.
Oh, they barely missed Lloyd over the middle there. 4th down, and I think that this is a place we definitely go for it for Reliable Rich. Yep, they're going to line
There's
him up.
Rich.
Looking at about a 54-yard
54
kick
yarder.
with some wind with him, and that he's
54
got the leg.
yarder.
Oh, not quite. Not quite.
It's fine. That was a long kick.
St. Louis has really got to do something here.
Dude, I'm in
Although
the playoffs. I can't believe
St.
this
Louis
is like a dream come true.
5-1. Hush.
tied in 2 for St. Louis.
Shut up. Let
I'm
me
more
out.
salty that I scored 0 points 3 games in a row.
Just let me lose.
Scott Lopez over the middle and
Or
cannot come
Let me
down.
be other next week. and
Marcus
see
Bernard
and then beat you in the
couldn't
game
come
once
down with
again.
it.
I've lost the both of you.
Gabe Smith, the number 1 overall
lost
draft pick of this past year.
I mean, since
And he's lost. All of us have lost to both each other.
since the merger.
St. Louis is lining up deep.
I've lost to you since the
I've been beating
Merv Iverson to
I've lost
kick it
to you.
deep. Tom Lloyd grabs the sideline. He's got some room. Brings it about to the 38.
I don't want injuries.
So it might be 6.
Oh my god, we didn't even think about that.
Tom
Would you
Lloyd
be
out
tied
left.
if you lose?
Marquise
Yes.
Armstead.
Oh, I think you're going to be 6th. I think you just won the tank poll by a lot of points.
I was gonna say because like
So now everybody in the AFF currently right now would love to see St. Louis lose
by 10.
by 10.
By a lot. Including St. Louis, because they're trying to win the tank.
Yeah.
The clock, I guess, are rooting for the St. Louis.
Yeah.
I was tied at 2.
And those were away games for us.
You've scored the least amount of points.
You've said this.
Kai Connor picked up out of Fresno. The Ramblin'.
Are you hard right now?
Yes.
Are you hard right now? Go to more garage sales.
Trips out left. And they get a little screen set up for Aaron Dotson.
How long do you have Aaron Dotson for?
A year, I think.
Another year?
Quarterback. Yeah. Can't wait to see all the 84s that pop up in this year's quarterback class.
Whoops.
I might have to make it for a couple of guys.
Caden Bowie with that catch. With about 1 to go here. 3rd down. The Knights. Looking to just cross midfield here would be nice. There you go. Here's Gabe Smith. Timeout called. We've got 1 left here. And you're really, if you're Alabama, you're really hoping to see Waldo Nation make an appearance onto the field.
I don't even know.
I formation here. You're fine. They need to not call the timeout
Game
here.
ends at 10-3. Is it possible that Seth Dalton doesn't want this to be his last game in San Antonio and he wants to go to the St. Louis so he can play one more time?
Oh, that's
Is
not
that possible?
That's a
He
clock
can't
though.
miss.
I'd like to think no.
Put in Sully.
Put in Sully.
Sully has some heart.
Sully does have some heart. We'll see it next year because, frankly, Smello.
25% is very reasonable. I've come to terms that he's.
We're in Waldo Nation
Walking
range,
the range.
This is what we're
This was Walter Range.
Oh,
but with no wind.
37.
There's no wind. here.
37 with no wins.
And they haven't burnt a timeout yet.
It'd be like a 53-yarder.
I don't know. The score bug is gone. There's a clock, and they've got time enough for another play or two. 1 timeout left, and our score bug.
They're gonna use
It doesn't go right.
There's Gabe Smith with a good little run, and he's got a blocker. Timeout
Timeout.
called. This is Waldo range. We are deep in Waldo
81.
range.
81.
Oh, this is.
Gabe Smith.
Oh yeah.
I know.
They're trying for it on the 3rd down, and he's got the kick up,
That's fine.
and it's between
And
the
it's
uprights.
good.
That means that
Ooh,
it's back
it's a
to a
competitive
7-point
differential.
game.
I'm just excited for the competitive differential. Frankly.
Alabama Racers
I'd rather
are
play
once
Alabama
again
than
the number 1 seed in the AFF
for
for right now. For one more, for 1 half at least.
Okay. We need some goal line defense right here.
There, you're looking to just send this one to half, quite frankly. If you're San Antonio, regroup.
Job,
What they
boys.
said? Sends it to half. And 10-3 is not unreasonable here.
That's on the interception at the third.
San Antonio, maybe that's a lot of blue. That is a lot of blue.
0 rushing yards.
I mean, here's the thing. What are we gonna do? A better half.
Yes,
Respectable.
that's exactly what's gonna happen. San Antonio to kick, which is exactly what you want to see if you're St. Louis. Aaron Dotson over the middle. He's got some decent field position here. He's about the 26, and St. Louis is looking to come back out here with a drive. Probably Jerry Case made a case for him at half, and okay.
Scott Lopez didn't really know where he was going there.
So bad.
Rutgers seems to have some overrated. They seem to rate their quarterbacks a little higher than
Rutgers.
Or is it just our scouting department?
Gabe Smith up the middle.
Ron.
Gets about a 1. Makes it 3rd and 9 here on the St. Louis 27.
Frankly, I want to feel the boom.
I want to feel a bit. Oh, the sign.
You got a guy with it's Caden Bowie.
The sign's good.
No, it's
Nolan's
not.
making you a big
The sign is not golf.
You're don't tell me to work.
There's a good bounce. Good St. Louis bounce. Great St. Louis bounce. And he gets murdered. At about the 36.
I got you.
So it's whenever.
Tom Lloyd at
Sorry
left
for my-
here. Watch him.
Sorry
Oh,
for my-
he gets the target there.
I haven't really been active in this content. You've been taking the reins pretty well.
I have a lot riding on this game.
I've been.
You're just in the playoffs.
I'm
Feel
just.
the boom.
Feel the boom. Just take another piece of paper.
No, I'm just
Okay.
St. Louis was looking to make a stop here. That's up. Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
and it's not the
Draw
first down, and you
Hoskins.
can't really take anything for advantage here.
Mm-mm.
1
No.
yard is quite a bit of distance when it's a guaranteed punt on 4th down. This is looking to be a run probably here. Marquise Armstead out to the right.
It is,
Exactly.
He's got it. And
He's got
more.
boys. He's got blockers.
More. He's got boys.
And he's
That's
to
it.
the crib, to the 20,
To the crib.
to the
Feel
10.
the boom.
And that's not what you want to see. San Antonio's back in the lead
By a substantial.
by enough to put them in the 1 seed for the AFF,
Not premature.
which is not what you want to see if you're a Racers fan, which I am.
I almost lost a finger.
That won't cut off. It would hurt.
yeah.
That's not a good kick.
I didn't expect to be like deep.
I don't think it would cut you either.
Zaren Dotson with
Like,
some decent
like,
field position.
yeah. I should. I've hit it when it was like super slow, like the slowest setting. A couple weeks ago, and it hurt like a bitch, but like no long term
Have
benefit.
you never like tried to catch one when you were little?
No,
Zaren
Not
Dotson
at
over
that
the middle.
speed, but like at the slowest speed. Like,
Now, if
No,
you're
I was-
Alabama,
I was
you're really
just- I was
hoping
just-
for just an
I
Aaron
want to, but I'm like, I don't
Dotson,
have
catch
the
it out wide, makes a man miss, a lot of green grass, and hopefully some black in the end of it. And that's not what you want to see. That's just not what you want to see.
It's like we have events for the crowd.
I can't wait till we get this. We're gonna have this displayed on SoFi. That's the next step.
Aaron Dotson, and he just couldn't make a miss.
Sid Palumbo just made that runner feel the noise. That's what that just said.
No,
Merv
Yes.
Iverson with the kick.
Can we pick this Lloyd? Lloyd. Okay, that's tough bounce. At this point, we take out all our offense and just kneel it till the game's over.
No, you want to tack on more points.
No, I don't want to hurt. I don't want him to hurt. That's it.
SWAT team.
Home slice can't quite get a hold of that one.
That was a good play by the defense there.
I got Andrew Brady checking the spreadsheet too. Reliable set of
Tom
eyes.
Lloyd
Got
out
the best
right
lines.
here. I would keep an eye on him if I were you.
Oh, found.
But there's
Home
Homer
slice.
Maxwell.
Oh,
And he makes it on this.
slice!
Just take it to the house. Take it to the home.
Take it home. Or Maxwell.
Like from home.
Take it home, Maxwell.
This is how
It should
every
have
single
been all
game
season.
should have gone.
Interesting.
Now that everyone's
you're
here.
in person.
Yeah, right.
Oh, shut up! It's
I was willing to
fine.
look past 5 Racer wins, but
You mean find rhythm wins?
5 rhythm wins.
I really think.
There's Mo Arnold.
wins
And
on
quite
that
frankly,
sense.
there's a lot of Mo going on.
He's not-
And his
that's what he
name's
had,
not
right?
just Arnold.
No,
SWAT
he went
team.
on to- He's 4 and 2. That was just
Google Sheets and disappeared.
Gotta catch it there and run with it.
Nope.
And this
Oh.
is
I thought it was in the middle.
firmly
That was not the
in Rich Calvexer. Reliable
Oh.
Rich. Reliable
Alright, this is-
Rich.
this
It's about a
is
37-yarder.
That's
Wow.
money.
reliable red.
Missed through. And he's just tacking on extra.
17.
So even if Toddy does, what if you go for 2? Oh my god.
17.
I would like.
They score at the buzzer in the fourth quarter.
What if I call him
They go for
this?
2 and get it just to shit on you.
Then we'd be
You'd be tied. And you'd lose that, don't you? Didn't come out?
we need to come up with a real protocol after this, because it's not gonna happen here. When you put 2 votes.
That's true.
Oh, I found the sign.
A lot of action in the backfield here. St. Louis. And the boys are just tired. They don't want to play right now.
They know they're getting.
I think there's a word you could use to describe this team. Blue, maybe.
They know they're getting the first overall pick again.
In case I actually
We're
wasn't
gonna be
clear
like
on
the
this.
Edmonton Oilers.
What?
I wasn't clear on this, but the Rhythm are the worst team in the league by rating.
Yeah.
I knew it was close, but
Yeah,
No, it's true.
it is.
That's
But like
correct.
the differential between me, Griffin, and Tucker are like 0.6 or something.
0.1 between you and Griffin, and then 0.3 between you and Tucker.
Right.
But
It's the worst. Yeah.
and those other two teams are so bad. Like
Yes. I don't know what to tell you. We've
Tom Lloyd.
We've known this for weeks now.
It's shocked me.
Well, it's Shan. It's Shan.
It's Shan. Well, a
I'm
lot of
sorry.
time left in this game. Looks like 6 minutes.
I think
Marquise
this
Armstead
season,
stopped in the
there should be a
backfield for
cash
about a
prize.
loss of 3, makes a second and 13
For the
from up to
first time
40.
in the AFF this
And we're walking into the fourth
The second
quarter.
and third place get money.
And we
too.
really got to start looking at what the implications here are.
For the first
If
time at 2v2.
if San Antonio wins, if they close it out right now as it stands, then they will have secured the number 1 seed here
Yeah.
in the AFF. They will be headed to Dream Island. They'll be punching their tickets and blindfolded and chloroformed
Just like in Squid Game.
and
And it's
yeah,
good again.
and shipped off to an unknown desert island.
Shipped out.
For St. Louis, if they continue to lose out this game, then they will secure the first round, first overall draft pick of the upcoming draft.
Let's
And
will also
quite frankly,
An Optimus spin.
they'll get
He
an
will get
Optimus
an
spin
Optimus spin.
with a chance to
We're gonna
increase
get
their
the
entire
10%.
For
entire
plus one.
offense for +1, right?
10% plus one. But still,
Which is just
You deserve you do deserve it.
compensation for the hotheads.
That will do nothing to rectify
Dozens.
the dozens
But
of sins that I have committed.
if St. Louis somehow manages to pull this game back into reach and make it at least a 9-point game, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Then Alabama will have secured
We
the
don't
number
really have a
1.
protocol for the third tiebreaker, but it's not looking like
We could just go alphabetically instead of Alabama is the head of San
You
Antonio.
know I'm going to be sitting here in person for the because this is the first time we played up to our level.
I guess that's fine.
But again, if San Antonio closes this out, goodbye Seth Dalton to the Alamo Dome. This is most likely his last ever game in San Antonio as a Cannon. Oh, make a play!
KJ. He was the first
He's
to
a
fly.
swatter.
He was the first
He's
one.
on
Dude.
If we look around, as we look around the rest of the league, the Cluck have closed out their season with a win. Surprisingly, they played Spoilermaker.
Wait, what?
Spoiler. Well, I don't know. Spoilermaker. They're not Purdue.
Well, no. But didn't they lose?
Oh, I thought I'm still thinking about Alabama. Sorry.
Yeah, they're winning by the fact that
Yeah, they just
won
beat
more
the
than
best
one
2
game.
teams in the league. In the last 4 games.
here's Kai Connor for I think his
Last
first
three
punt of the day.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It is not true. The Bison they have missed the playoffs officially. A great run for the first-year team. I know manager Andrew Brady has been excited for this year, and he's excited for next year. Is it second year? Second year, close enough. Whatever. First-year manager, that's what I thought.
He had a good season. Winning season.
I've never gone 6-6.
Yeah.
Wait,
I've-
7-5 misses playoffs.
Yeah.
That's like 10-2 50
Yeah.
But as we look elsewhere, we look at the Memphis Rhythm,
Oh, catch.
who they won today, didn't they?
Yeah,
They beat Alabama. Yeah, they beat them pretty good. They have secured their
Three
first ever spot in the AFF playoffs. As much as it pains me to say, congratulations. Welcome,
Thank you.
Welcome to being a winning franchise
First time ever.
and
Not
not
a winning
accepting.
franchise, winning season.
Well, you have been a winning franchise. You've just been winning tank bowls and not trophies.
Well, no, I even lose those.
First round draft picks.
I've only won one tank bowl. Griffin stole the other 2 from me.
We do what we do.
Griffin is 3 for 4 on tank
do
bowls.
what I do.
Absolutely dominates the market.
And for the Racers,
Motion to extend.
following.
this could this be?
Oh,
this-
and he's broke across midfield
Tom Lloyd
to the 40.
Tom Lloyd to the- oh,
He's
yeah.
gassed to the 30, to the 20 to the
Get that.
10. He's got it.
To the 5.
And that's a kick return. That is a punt return. And this one, quite frankly, is out of reach. It is confident to say that the boys in San Antonio have already
Going
started.
to the Dream Bowl.
They're going to the Dream Bowl. Well, we know they're going to the Dream Bowl, but quite frankly,
Clip that.
they're the 1 seed now.
I want that.
But for Alabama, coming off a decent offseason, they somehow improved and then drastically dropped with the loss of Archie Travis early on in the season. Hurts. They turned to Shiloh the dog, Hollins, who quite frankly might have negative rush yardages on the year.
We'll know in about 2 weeks.
The quarterback battle between Gutierrez and McClure stuck out with McClure the entire season, and you could say he did fine. He went 9-2 as the starting QB.
Well, yeah.
Not 9-2, 10-2. No, yeah, is it 10-2?
He went
3 losses.
He went 9-2 because he went 9-2 because Gutierrez started that.
That's
game.
right. So it is
And lost
9-2.
one.
I was
You were
right.
first team.
Yeah. So
Gutierrez
9-2.
went
Quite frankly, that's all you can ask for, I guess. Archie Travis sadly will miss out on the playoffs,
0-1. That is so true.
and they will be battling Memphis in a rematch. And Aaron Dodson said not so fast,
Well,
but he's quite not as fast as
me too.
Memphis, Alabama. So we can start looking forward to that. Like what are the 3 keys to victory here for Memphis? Like what do they have to do?
I think Ray Ray's gonna have a big day. I think you saw.
Ray Ray has to perform. Number 1, obviously. Number 2, you got to keep Harvey Ryan under wraps.
Yeah.
You got to keep what's his face?
Seth Allen if he's
No.
back.
Nope, your guy.
Pennington should be back.
Not him. Corey Odom
Yeah, Corey
has to
Odom's
show
gotta
up
play.
and show
And he's been showing
out.
up all year. And the last thing for me is Colton Crane's got to control the ball.
He's got to be shooting.
I think more than that, Colton Crane is known as a guy that gives and takes, and he gives you touchdowns, but he takes away because he gives you interceptions as well. He gives and he gives, and so if he can eliminate those interceptions and we can get the ground game running, I think it's going to be a great game in Alabama nonetheless.
Those are the keys to victory.
It's
It's something to note. Alabama with the home seat or
the home team there.
which obviously hasn't made much of an effect. Looking back at
They just beat him in Alabama.
week 11, it went to Alabama. And
I think you guys should dress up for the semifinal.
Like in suits.
Yeah.
Griffin, you down for that?
Well,
I'm
you can
throwing
do
on
it.
for the group.
We can do it.
Oh, okay. Are you talking about the commentators or everybody who's playing?
I meant the players.
Okay.
Well, I'm not playing.
Well, us 3.
Yeah. Keys to victory for Alabama is you have to throw the ball. Seth Allen will be
Maybe
back.
we get Kipper and Brady in the booth. That way us 3 can be down there.
I think you're right.
What do you think about that, Kip? I don't know if you're watching.
Harvey Ryan has to
I'll
perform.
have to get you in the booth.
You have to see him play. You get to get the ball to him. You got to get some explosive plays, which brings me to the second point. I think explosive plays is what Alabama's been lacking, and this is a team that was so good at giving the ball to Archie Travis, Harvey Ryan, Seth Allen, Paul Wilson, and then them just taking off, getting 25-yard gains at a time and beating out the cornerbacks.
What?
I haven't read it.
And this just is
Damn.
not something that they've done this year. And then number 4, I think you just have to keep Alberto Pennington and Ray Ray Potts. You have to keep them in. You have to keep them in the kennel. You can't let them out. You can't let them run around. If you let those 2 out of their cage, they will eat you alive all day. Just a little honorable mention, guys. I think Hans Pimentel's got to show up and show out.
Yeah, true.
He's coming off a rough week where he missed, I think, 1 or 2 field goals.
It's not 50-50 either. It's 25, right?
Exactly.
So, as we close this one out, they will kneel it one more time here, and that'll be
That'll be the game, ladies and gentlemen.
the dawn of an era, or
Where
not the dawn.
It
is.
This will be the first time that the
dawn to
racers
dusk.
aren't guaranteed.
the sunset of an era with Seth Dalton in San Antonio. as this could possibly be his last game ever.
Yeah,
And there it is,
final
end of the
differential-
game.
Our final differentials are San Antonio Cannons 86, Alabama Racers 71, Memphis Rhythm 17, Oklahoma Bison 0, Kentucky Club minus 45, and St. Louis Knights minus 110.
What was the Bison's record?
7-5.
Oh, I was hoping they was going 6-6 today. Wow, this has been the most mid-season ever.
Sore losers just for the player, right?
Homer.
Homer Maxwell.
That's why we nerfed Captain and
Give Homer one.
Hothead because it's for the entire.
Wait, does this mean we now know the regular season MVP too?
Well, that doesn't have to be directly after this.
True. What?
No.
Okay. You got Homer though.
Yeah, it's the second.
Wow.
I don't remember any notable injuries.
Homer Kwan.
said we
I don't
didn't
think there
have
was any.
There's no injuries going into it.
Hey, wait, there might have been one.
No, there's no injuries going into it. None at all.
any. We played a clean game.
Clean game.
Clean game, exactly what was needed.
Good to hear.
Wow. I can't.
What you guys have surely enjoyed this week. Big time deciding factors this week.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
know you've had a rough one.
yeah, it's just not what you're looking for if you're Alabama.
That's exactly what you're looking for.
But quite frankly, this is exactly what you're looking at right now. Alabama, the 2 seed, will be hosting Memphis for the first time. They'll be riding down the interstate a couple hours to come play for a ticket to Dream Island
Never been.
to play the daunted San Antonio Cannons and Seth Dalton.
Never been. Like to go. That's for sure.
It's not this year.
Hopefully so. No.
We will probably most likely see a rematch of what everybody's come to love.
2026 St. Louis Let's go. They have won the Tank Bowl for the third time in 4 years.
Can we do that?
Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Hope you catch the semifinals on youtube.com/AF Federation, American Football Federation. I don't know what our slash is. I'm making that up on
It's a
the
bunch of
spot.
letters.